So with this new Congress, it started with the whole interesting scenario. Millions tuning into C-SPAN out of all channels to watch the speaker drama unfold. What was it like to be there on the floor? I know you supported McCarthy. How did that go for you, and what was it like to be on the floor as the Freedom Caucus members made their stand?
It was wild. It's very interesting. It's all about tactics, and there's ways to facilitate change that is not as in your face and not as destructive. But I actually strongly agree with like 90+% of the demands that they had. The Modernization Committee actually made a lot of recommendations surrounding the same issues, and a lot of those things were going to get done. A number of them, I think, are going to prove to be problematic long term. But obviously, being on the floor, the first vote of 15 took 2 hours and 45 minutes. People didn't just say, Kevin McCarthy or Nancy Pelosi. They go on little diatribes. It's kind of silly. But after the fourth or fifth vote, we got it down to about 75 minutes because people were like, oh, we're doing this again. Funny story, the last vote, the 15th vote, was not supposed to happen until the following Monday because it seemed that there was not sufficient support at that time. So after the 14th vote, Patrick McHenry, the chairman of Financial Services, actually called a motion to adjourn until Monday. And so I voted yes because that's what they wanted us to. And I went back to my office. And I was in my office changing to go back to the hotel. And I turned on the TV and I see Dean Phillips, who's a Democrat, speaking on the floor. And I'm like, well, we're done. What's going on? And sure enough, we were voting again. And I'd left the floor because I thought we were done. So it was just wild. It would have been a very bad vote to miss, but
definitely.
I hurried back and got there. But we didn't leave the floor until like 3 a.m.
Wow. So your problem is not actually with the concessions as much as it is with the attitude and the way it went about? Is that your concern?
I think reasonable minds can differ on some of the things that were requested. The one person motion to vacate the chair is going to be a major problem in June, July. You will just see what happens. It's gonna be a problem. As for a number of the other concessions that were made, there's a system in place to get onto committees. There's a system in place to advance within a structure within the conference. And when you violate that system, we no longer have a system. So it's just going to create long-term repercussions. And I just think that when you overhaul incentive structures in that manner, it's going to have long-lasting impacts. And I think we'll be seeing the impact of overhauling the incentive structures in the Republican conference for many years to come.